But yo, let's just catch up a little bit. First of all, great to see you, man. You look great. You made it through the other side, and you look good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We got casualties in the game, Rashad. You realize that?
A lot.
Isn't it
a lot of casualties.
when we started this thing, it was like, it's a lot safer than boxing, and I still agree it is. But isn't it kind of a little depressing when we see some guys now, they're showing some signs of some CTE and they're wacky, or else they made some bad decisions like a lot of guys we know. It's kind of because now we're like the OGs of the game. Like now we see, after this sport's been around for 30 years and plus, you know?
Yeah, you're right, man. Like you definitely starting to see it now. Well, I'm definitely starting to see just, how people are aging with the sport. Fighters that fought a long time, had a lot of wars inside the octagon. And then now to see them now, you do see the decline, and you do start to see that, like you said, we said we were a lot different than boxer, and it felt safer because you weren't getting knocked down and having a chance to get back up to get more concussed. But now, I'm seeing a lot of guys that are slowing down at a rate that has me thinking like, dang, maybe I need to pull back a little bit, because listen, man, I'm still in the gym. I'm still training. I'm not getting hit in the head like that. I do like a lot of technical sparring, but there's times where I do mix it up, and I'm very fortunate to be able to, like you said, make it out through the other side without sustaining too much damage. But with a sport like mixed martial arts and the fact that it's still so very young, we just don't really know what that damage truly looks like over a long period of time. But we're starting to get a hint.
And I want to talk about what you got coming up also. But when you first started, you started in Albuquerque with go ahead.
Yeah, well, I started out in Lansing, Michigan.
Okay.
And then eventually after the Ultimate Fighter show, I went over to Albuquerque.
Okay, so after the Ultimate Fighter show, so you started your career at just like a local gym? What was it at?
It wasn't even a local gym. It was like this little hole-in-the-wall club that we made, because at the time, mixed martial arts wasn't even a thing. It was NHB, and then nobody wanted it inside of their gym. So we made a little club up, and we'll go to Dan Severn's gym as well, too, out in Coldwater, Michigan. And that was my training. That was the basis of how I learned mixed martial arts. And then every once in a while, we'll drive up to Iowa and work out with Pat Militich's team. But that was my genesis of fighting. But then eventually after the Ultimate Fighter show, I got an invite to go and train at the Jackson team, an invite by Keith Jardine.
Oh, I love Keith Jardine, by the way. What a nice guy. He's the opposite when you meet him in person, because he looks like a savage. I loved him in the movie with Jamie Lannister, which Shot Caller. Did you see him in Shot Caller? You see Shot Caller?
I did.
That movie, what a hidden gem that fucking movie is. He was great in that, but he looks like such a savage, but he's like the sweetest guy. It's so crazy. I
know. When I first met him, I thought he was like some kind of skinhead, but then I felt so bad. I felt so bad because, honestly speaking, if it wasn't for Keith Jardine, I don't know if I would have won the show. And I'm just being honest, because not only was he a teammate, but he was like a coach. Like, he was teaching me how to do moves that I just didn't know how to do.
You were very raw on The Ultimate Fighter, I remember the showboating. I remember you didn't get along with somebody I had issues with, Matt Hughes, which was And I'm with you on that now. I feel Matt's been through some stuff, but I look back at that. I'm like, that's why I don't like the guy. You know what I mean? I just remember myself. But, that experience on there, because we have that in common, like being in that house.
Yeah.
It's not, when people watch it on television, it's pretty glorious because you got the music, it's exciting, what's coming up next, you walk into the cage, you got the but when you're there, there's a reason why guys are jumping over the wall. Isn't it funny? Like, go ahead.
It's nuts, man, because I've never been in a situation where I felt so privileged and unprivileged at the same exact time. Like I had, and by that I mean this, because you had an opportunity to have whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to drink, and you were spoiled in that capacity. But the ability to have your autonomy and to be able to do what you want to do, it was jail in essence, and not being able to know what was going on in the outside world. I remember just being able to get a sneak of listening to radio, or somebody left some secular music in the CD player at the time. We got a chance to get a listen to something, and it was amazing when we could, but it was so hard to be in that house. I remember one time we pumped ourselves up and we thought that we were going to have a chance to get out one night. It was the 4th of July. And we thought for some reason, because in the first season, they allowed them to have one night out. So we thought that for the 4th of July, they would definitely allow us a chance to get out. And we got all dressed up and we thought that we were going somewhere. And when the realization hit that we were going nowhere, everyone cried.
Yeah.
We all broke at that moment. And I remember sitting on the roof of the Ultimate Fighter house, and we were just passing our beers, just like talking about our lives, crying. Man. It was crazy.
It's so funny how it's only 6 weeks, but just not having any music. And that's before social media. Guys now are probably even like, I can't look at my phone. Back then, I'm like, I miss my iPod. And when we were good in the van, good. When we're good in the van, like we're prisoners. But when we'd be quiet in the van, not talking, sometimes they'd put down the cameras and put on a CD for us. Oh, it was beautiful. Rashad, my fight with Pete Spratt was like the last one of the prelims. I remember when I won, thank goodness, at next door, because we were like the same house as you guys before they upgraded it. There was a house party next door. A house party. So we heard the music and I had the red wine. That didn't make the show, thank goodness. I can't move like you, Rashad. So I was by it didn't look good. But what a glorious night that was.